On the 14th of December 2017, the Walt Disney Company announced the acquisition of 21st Century Fox for $52.4 billion or £39 billion. The deal still requires regulatory approval, which could take anywhere between 12 to 18 months. But if it does go through, it could create a new media superpower. Disney will own production companies like Fox Searchlight and 20th Century Fox. They would also own international TV businesses like Sky in Europe and Star in India, and cable companies like FX and National Geographic Channel. They will also own Blue Sky, which does a bunch of animated movies as well, and a major stake in the streaming service Hulu, who has access to millions of customers, which could end up rivaling Netflix. 20th Century Fox originally had a 30% stake in Hulu, so did Disney. But this acquisition means that Disney has a 60% stake in Hulu. These division of assets were taken from the Midnight Edge YouTube channel well before this announcement was made, and they seem to have gotten it quite accurate. This acquisition bolsters Disney's library or catalog of TV shows and films, especially since they are trying to get into the streaming service, which is a big deal now since streaming has changed the way we watch TV, allowing us to watch whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want, broadcasting directly into millions of homes and cutting out the middleman of domestic television stations. There are so many unanswered questions about this acquisition, but for the moment, things will stay the same. Even with this acquisition, Disney will be playing catch-up with companies like Facebook, Amazon, YouTube, Apple, and Netflix. Also Google. By the way, I forgot to mention that Disney will also own 20th Century Fox TV in part of the acquisition. As far as the other businesses such as Fox News, FS1, Fox Business, FS2, and the Big Ten Network, well, they will separate into their own entities before the merger is done. More mergers of this magnitude are expected to happen in the future because streaming services like Amazon or Netflix are spending vast amount of money and drawing audiences to their streaming services. Something terrestrial TV, basic TV, or even cable is not capable of doing because they have a schedule. In case you're wondering what kind of assets Fox has that Disney will be acquiring right now, I would do my best to tell you what they have from the TV side as well as the movie side. I will definitely leave some out because I can't remember every single thing, but I'll do my best to tell you guys what they have. First off, Disney will be acquiring the original Star Wars trilogy as well as the prequels, meaning that eventually Disney can put out the original but remastered edition of the first Star Wars trilogy, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. The other assets they do have are Planet of the Apes, Aliens, Predator, X-Men, and in a shocking turn of events, the Fantastic Four. I recently heard, because I did a video a while ago explaining that Fantastic Four was owned by Constantine Films, and Fox were the distributors for it. But if you remember a couple of months ago, that in Guardians of the Galaxy, Kurt Russell played Ego the Living Planet, which was a character from the Fantastic Four. So that was a bit of a shock to see him in it. But yeah, Ego the Living Planet is a Fantastic Four character, kind of meaning that, from what I heard, Fox ended up acquiring Constantine Films as well, so meaning that Fantastic Four is part of what Disney will be acquiring. But the crazy thing to me is that the xenomorph, the alien queen, is practically a Disney queen, not a Disney princess, a Disney queen. So yeah, the xenomorph, the alien queen, is a Disney queen, yeah, not a Disney princess. But yeah, wrap your mind around that. Also, people were worried about the fact that the acquisition would mean that some of Fox's R-rated films like Deadpool will be watered down and turned into 12 certificate or PG-13 movies. Films like Deadpool. But earlier on today, Bob Iger clarified that the R-rated movies will stay R-rated for the time being, and that they might end up developing a division of Marvel Studios that are exclusive to R-rated movies or specific to R-rated movies. Oh, and the Avatar movies, which will be a big deal for them because part of their theme park is based on the world of Pandora from Avatar, made by James Cameron. Well, that's as much as I can remember of the movie division. As for the TV, all what I can say is they will own Family Guy, American Dad, The Simpsons, The Gifted, Legion, The Orville, which I feel is one of the best sci-fi shows I have seen recently, which is more true to Star Trek to me than the actual Star Trek Discovery. They'll also have X Files and a bunch of other shows that I cannot think of right away. But also, what is crazy to me is that Disney will have the broadcasting rights to Batman. Yeah, some people might be saying, "What am I talking about?" Fox has a show called Gotham, which is based on a young Batman before he becomes Batman. So yeah, that is going to Disney. And Lucifer, another show based on a DC character. Many people are very concerned about the purchase of 20th Century Fox by Disney, and about it being the fact that some of their films, which are R-rated, will now be watered down to PG-13, being that is a Disney company that owns Fox now. What it kind of makes me laugh and a little bit angry as well, because some people don't seem to realize that some of the hardest core R-rated films were done by Disney. Pulp Fiction was done by Disney. Sin City was done by Disney. Unbreakable was done by Disney. Yes, it did not have the Disney banner on it, but it had one of their subsidiary companies involved in it. Either Touchstone Pictures, Dimension Films, Miramax, all Disney. Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2 was Disney. And people seem to forget about that. They just worry about it being watered down or something like that. It will either be put out through one of these companies that put out R-rated movies. It's not going to be put down under the Disney banner. Deadpool 2 is Deadpool 2, Deadpool 3, or any of the other X films that are R-rated will not be put under the Disney banner. But they will be put out either way. As long as it makes them money, they are fine. They'll do an R-rated Aliens movie if it will make them money. They'll put out Predator if it will make them money. They'll put an R-rated Predator movie if it will make them money. So there's no need to worry about the whole R-rated movies and being watered down or anything like that. And also keep in mind, if people who are fans of those R-rated movies see watered down version of those movies, they will kick up a fuss. If they see a watered down Alien movie, they'll kick up a fuss. If they see a watered down Predator movie, they'll kick up a fuss. The same with Deadpool. I can't say anything about Die Hard because we have already seen watered down Die Hard and people went mad about that. So yeah, fans will kick up a fuss if like an R-rated movie has been watered down so badly that it's practically a kids movie, guaranteeing that they would never profit as much as they want from a watered down PG-13 version of an R-rated classic that people love. At the time of this recording, there are no specifics on what will happen with those properties, especially the Marvel-owned properties. All we know is that all the X films are coming out, or most of the X films are coming out next year, and everything should stay the same for the next couple of months before the acquisition is fully realized and it goes through regulatory approval. By the way, this is a tweet Ryan Reynolds put out as soon as the merger was confirmed by Disney. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'll inform you more about it when I learn more. And as for the moment, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you make of this acquisition as well. Are you happy about it? Are you angry about it? I see so many people pissed off about it. And also, this is the new look at what Marvel owns and what other studios own. Alexandra Shipp, who plays Storm in the X-Men movies, posted out on her Twitter that nobody's going to get recasted or anything like that. And to be honest, I don't think that will happen anytime soon. There are contracts that need to be fulfilled. So I believe that they will get maybe at least 2 more X-Men films out of it before the acquisition has been fully realized. So yeah, when the contracts are done, so meaning that they'll have like at least 1 more X-Men movie to film after Dark Phoenix, then they'll inevitably recast and restart. So Alexandra Shipp is right for the moment. There's no recasting going on, but eventually they will recast her, recast Storm and everything like that. You don't want Michael B. Jordan playing 2 different characters. Eric Killmonger from Black Panther and Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. It will not make any sense. Introducing these characters who have timeline issues and recasting issues. I mean, James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are playing characters who should be in their 80s or 90s, but they look like they're in their 30s for some reason. So I do believe that recasting is inevitable and will happen eventually, one way or another, especially after the time has gone for the acquisition to go through. There's just way too much baggage from any of the previous films to warrant being tossed in like that. The only character that I can see just not being recast or anything like that would be Deadpool. Because of the kind of character he is, I believe he'll have the smoothest transition into the MCU. By the way, Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, who was planning on retiring in the next couple of years, will be extending his contract with Disney to facilitate the transition of the 21st Century Fox assets into Disney.